Hello, welcome to the MastoCast. Welcome to episode 42 of the fucking MastoCast. That is fucking hosted by fucking Mastodon 90 fucking 2. Why am I swearing so much? I don't know. I'm just excited at some tour news that I'll probably talk about in a bit. But yeah, welcome to the MastoCast. How's it going? Hope you're having a lovely weekend if you listen to this on the... this is actually out on the Saturday because I've recorded it on the Friday because that's because of work patterns and all that sort of shit. Oh, there we go, another swear word. Brilliant. Sorry. But yeah, hope you're having a lovely weekend so far. The weather's been bloody lovely, hasn't it? It's been alright. I had a nice bloody day the other day. The sun was out and everything. Went to a nice coffee shop in Darlow. That's Star Wars themed. Called Echo Free. Had a nice iced latte there. At Tim Hortons. Bought some shit for download. Nothing exciting. Just camping shit. But yeah, how mental's that? The sun is out now. We're getting warmer. Let's hope for a nice summer. Let's hope for a nice one. But yeah. It seems to be a regular occurrence now. I'm talking about the weather, either complaining about it or just like surprised by it. On the beginning of the podcast, you're tuned into Mastodon's weekly weather report. But yeah, anyways, hope you are having a nice weekend as you were listening to this, or you know, hope you're having a nice day in general if it is not the weekend and you're still listening to this. But yeah. I haven't really been up to much on my last week off work, really. It's been quite chill, to be honest, which I'm very, very happy about. Like, like the week before was my brother's wedding and stuff like that, and prepping for that. So it was just nice to have a pretty chilled weekend. I still try to get up some stuff. I've started finally writing some lyrics for some music. Try to track some vocals, which really funny, really funny. Like I seem to just have some form of I don't even know, like Tourette's, I guess. I'm just like replacing words like what I've wrote down, trying to sing them back, and something else would pop up instead of that word. Like I'll just sing a completely wrong word. So for example, I was singing what was it? The lyrics were I lost myself for days, caught in my own tracks, and instead I sang I lost myself for days in a gay, and like I was like, how the fuck? Why is that even happened? Why that even happened? So like I just laughed about it for ages. I'm beginner at this sort of shit, man. I'm a guitar player. Vocals is completely new to me. It's different. So it's but I had a right laugh just like trying to give it a go, and I've made a little bit of progress on a song. So yeah, just working on that at the minute. Yeah, I've just been doing that for the past few days, trying to make the most of the weather. Been putting some time into the back garden. Got myself a little tiny greenhouse thing. Got that bit set up. There's nothing in it yet. And Haley bought some plants the other day. I've potted them, been watering them and shit. Put a lot of effort. I'm gonna try and put a lot more effort into the garden this year. I think. Hopefully the weather will be nice. Have some garden parties and shit. I'll just sit and sunbathe. That's the ideal summer I want. Last year's summer was barely even a summer, apart from Download Festival, where it was just hot as balls the entire weekend. But yeah, just thought I'd chat about some shit, as I do every week, obviously. But I've got some podcast topics here, which is a notes folder on my telephone, and I've got some questions from people as well. But we'll chat about some music. There's no new music that I can go fully in depth of, really, that's come out as of recent. There is the new album by the grindcore band Full of Hell. That is that come out on Friday. I had one listen to it, and I am really enjoying it. I need to give it another listen really to get the full you know the full ins and outs of what I'm listening to and all that, everything I can describe, but it is just real fucking nasty music. The album's called Calculated Bliss. I'll probably talk about it some more next week. But it is a great album so far. Like, I had the one listen to it on my way home yesterday, and it is just grindcore savage music. So I'll talk about that next week, no doubt. But I guess some of the big stuff that's been happening as of recent, Slipknot. They've finally started doing some UK. Fucking wish it were. They finally started doing some live dates over in America for the first time this year with their brand new drummer. So I believe it was the back end of last year where they got rid of Jay Weinberg, their previous drummer. Just decided to go somewhere else, and he's now drumming for Suicidal Tendencies, which is pretty rad. And he's got this other band. I forgot what they're called. Something to do with grooves. But he's got two bands already, so that's cool. I've always thought Jane Weinberg was a great drummer, as I said on the last time we were talking about this subject. He's a fucking great drummer. But obviously Slipknot just decided wanted to move on without him. And now they've played a few dates. They did a small 300 cap venue. Imagine seeing Slipknot in a 300 cap venue. Like, that is insane. With their new drummer, and they've played Sick New World as well festival, like the Sick New World festival in Las Vegas, and they have finally confirmed that their new drummer is none other than Eloy Casagrande, who was the former drummer of Sepultura, and I think this is something people was expecting, really, because just as Jay Weinberg departed from Slipknot, Eloy Casagrande left Sepultura, and just before they were calling it a day, he just left, and so that was kind of like, oh, that's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it? And Eloy Casagrande, like, not only has he drummed for Sepultura, he's uploaded loads of like YouTube videos of like covers and stuff, mainly of Slipknot songs, which he is a powerhouse on, and like, as he's come on stage, people recognize him by the way he moves. He's bald as well, so that helps. There's no hair on him. And just like his build and all that, he's quite a sort of like stocky character, like quite muscly, and like he hits the drums like a fucking powerhouse. He's like Mario Duplantier. And I've got to say, like, looking at the live footage of them now with Eloy on drums, Jesus Christ, like, he can fuck. I know, and Jay Weinberg, I thought, was a fantastic drummer. I never found anything wrong with him, to be honest, particularly. But bloody hell, Eloy is just, like, his tempo and the consistency of how hard he hits every drum. He is something else, man. He is like Mario Duplantier from Gajira Good. Like, it's insane. Like, the songs sound fucking hard alive. Like, looking at the footage that people have been sharing of the small gig that they did, and of course at Sick New World Festival in Las Vegas, and like it's fucking mad how hard he's hitting those drums, like at that speed and that intensity and just consistency throughout as well. Like, I'm very, very excited as well. It's very interesting looking at the set as well, because they're going for this throwback 1999 Slipknot look. They did announce like a arena tour for later on this year in the UK and Europe for the 25th anniversary of their self-titled album, which came out in 1999, and they've gone for that sort of thing as well for Sick New World, and the 2 days are just done basically, and they've got like a bit more of a stripped back set, literally just the Slipknot logo on the back. They're all in the red jumpsuits. Corey Taylor's got like a replica of the old mask he had back in 1999. Like, it looks proper old school. So like the set was like quite stripped back. Like, it kind of looked like an old Slipknot show. Like, it looked really, really cool. Like, and they were co-headlining Sick New World as well. Like they weren't actually like top headliner; they were on like second to last on the main stage, like which is insane. You don't usually think about that with Slipknot, but they might have just wanted that really, just to get things kicked off with the new era, I guess. And looking at the set list as well, obviously a lot of the stuff from them first two albums, but obviously getting, you know, stuff in from Volume 3, like Duality and Psychosocial from All Hope Is Gone, and Custer from, like, Great Chapter. And what else did they did? I think they did a couple of songs from We Are Not Your Kind as well, but nothing from the last album, which was released last year. Was it last year that album came out? I think it was. But that album didn't really get high appraisals at all, to be honest. You know, I'm a huge Slipknot fan. I love them. I love everything they've done. I mean, the first two albums for me are perfect. The End So Far, the album that was called, the last one, came out in 2022, not last year, sorry. You know, I love Slipknot. I love most of their albums. All Hope Is Gone can be a bit patchy, but The End So Far is probably their worst one, I think. I just could not get on board of it, and I think the fan base were a bit like that. It was just a bit too different, a bit too weird, and the songs that they went hard on didn't sound hard enough. And the whole production just didn't sound good to me. They didn't play a single thing from that album, which is you know, you think a band would be very, very proud to show off their latest material like that, and they didn't play a single song from it. But yeah, looking at the set list, it was fucking fire, honestly. Just, you know, Disaster Pieces, People Equal Shit, Wait and Bleed, and all that sort of stuff. Just, yep, sign me up. And it just makes me even more gutted that I've missed out on these Slipknot tickets. They're playing Leeds Arena in December, and yeah, every UK date sold out. The only tickets that are left are like these stupid fucking Ticketmaster premium packages where they're like a couple of £100 a ticket and you get a bar and shit like that. Nah, that's not for me, man. But yeah, I'm gutted that I'm missing out on them with Eloy drumming for them. I'm sure they'll be back soon after that. They'll probably headline Download again either next year or the year after. So we'll see. But bloody hell, like I've seen Slipknot with Joe. I'm thankful enough to see Joey Jordison with Slipknot. And Jay Weinberg, I've seen them with Jay like a few times, and bloody hell do I want to see this 25th anniversary of the self-titled album with Eloy drumming for them. Like, cause yeah, fucking hell, that dude can fucking drum. So yeah, it looks like it's kind of looking up a bit more for Slipknot now, because the last sort of year and a bit was just looking a bit weird. Like the End So Far album just didn't get the praise that like it was hoping for. Like I generally didn't really vibe with it. Corey Taylor said he reckons he only has about 5 years left of him before he packs it in because of the way his health is and everything. Jim Root said he wasn't really happy with his guitar parts on the album. And yeah, it was weird. I mean, but they played Download last year and they were fucking great. I just loved them. They're always amazing live. So like it's been a bit of a weird year and a half. So I'm hoping like this is like a real fucking kick up the ass for them. Like they'll do this 1999 tour. And hopefully Eloy's contribution will help towards an album that is something along the lines of We Are Not Your Kind, because that album that came out before The End Not So Far is absolutely brilliant. And if they can come out with a quality like that again, I'll be happy. I'll be absolutely happy as a pick and shit. So yeah, horns up for Slipknot. They're back with Eloy Casagrande. I hope I'm pronouncing his second name right. Yeah, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. If I can somehow get to the Slipknot show in Leeds later on this year, I'll be very, very happy. There is a new single. There's a new band that I'd like to shout about. There's a band called Vower, and they are some form of a supergroup of small bands, if you will. So in the UK, we've had these bands called Black Peaks and Tosca and Palm Reader, and these bands were definitely something special for me. I'm pretty sure I spoke about Palm Reader very recently because they've just announced that they're calling it a day. Their last their last shows, I believe, around about July time, and 2003 is their last show. So they are going to be calling it a day. Their singer is going to be singing for this band Vower. Rabia Masad, who is a guitar player who I really, really enjoy. He does a lot of YouTube stuff, and he was in a band called Tosca, who were an amazing, like, proggy, hard rock metal instrumental band. And also Black Peaks, where, for me, a real treasure to the UK, really, for live music. Like, they were one of the best bands to come out. They only had 2 albums out. I've seen them live a few times. Incredible live. Both albums 10 out of 10s. Just one of the best bands to come out in the UK, and they split up like 2 years ago. Like, they just couldn't do it anymore, and that I was like, they were one of the bands that I was the most gutted about. You know, like stopping their journey. Really, I was really gutted about them like leaving. But we have they've now formed a supergroup and called Vower. So the guitar player and the drummer from Black Peaks in Vower, Rabia playing guitar and from Tosca, and also the singer from Palm Reader. I forgot his name. I do apologise. He's the singer for the band. There is a bass player for Vower, and he may be in from another band as well. I do recognise his face. I do apologise, but I don't know what band he is from. But yeah, it's a hell of a supergroup by the looks of it, and they've dropped a song called Shroud. It's very cool. If you were into those type of, to be honest, it sounds like a good influence of all 3 of those supergroups together. Like, the man should make like a really cool heavy rock, ethereal type band. And yeah, it just like sounds really heavy, really punchy. The singer's got a fucking hell of a voice. Like, I loved his voice on the last Palm Reader album, and he's got a really good like heavy vocal and melodic vocal. It sounds really great. It's got some good riffs, very Mastodon sort of influence, very Tool influence, that sort of thing. So yeah, I recommend them. They're called Vower, Vower, and the single is called Shroud. Yeah, so really recommend them. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they come out with. They're playing a few festivals this year. I believe they're playing Euroblast. This is in Germany. They're doing 2003s and doing Arctangent as well, and Radar Festival, which is in Manchester. And I think Radar Festival's in Manchester. Look at me with all the information, all the research. I'm gonna fucking look at that up now. Radar Festival. It is in Manchester. Thought so. Yeah. Anyways, that is the lineup of gigs that they got. And last sort of news, which I've just woke up to because I'm on nights tonight. So I woke up quite late. David Gilmour of Pink Floyd fame and best guitarist ever fame. He has announced 6 UK shows, and each date is at the Royal Albert Hall in London. Fuck's sakes. So yeah, I believe I talked about it last week. Dave Gilmour has got an album coming out. His single Piper's Call is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I've been playing it to death recently. He is like my favourite guitar player of all time. He really is. I just love the stuff he's done with Pink Floyd, and I love his I just love him as a person, and his solo stuff as well. He's incredible. So you better believe that I am going to go to one of those shows without a shadow of a doubt. So yeah, I got to go to bloody London to go see him. So, you know, that'll be fun. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I can't wait to see him. I've never seen him before. I've seen Roger Waters, as I've mentioned before on the podcast. But for me, Dave Gilmour is the guy. He is the fucking geezer. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. So yeah, that's it for music, really. But yeah, like I said, next week I'll talk about the Full of Hell album, and there might be some more music out by then. But yeah, I'm just gearing up towards that new Knock Loose album, baby. I'm fucking very, very psyched for it. And yeah, anyways, there's nothing much as of gaming news, although PlayStation Plus have announced what games they are going to be coming out for this month for people to play. New monthly games. So it's quite stacked, actually. It is quite stacked. I went over it last month. It hasn't even fucking updated the new bloody thing yet. Right, okay, where's that? Do bear with me. There we go. PlayStation Plus games announced for May 2024. Okay, so there is 4 new games that I've announced for May 2024 PlayStation Plus, and they are EA Sports FC 24, which is quite early for putting that one in the PlayStation Plus. Gotta admit. So yeah, that is going to be available for PlayStation Plus members. Destiny 2 Lightfall. I know Destiny 2 was quite a big game. It's got a hell of a good following. I haven't played Destiny since the first Destiny, but this is a big one. This is a big one. I believe Lightfall is like part of like a big DLC. So some people may have to like correct me on that. I don't know. Ghost Runner 2, I believe that was like a that's like a AAA PlayStation 5 like title. Like I don't know how good it is or anything like that. I have seen trailers of it. I think it does look decent, but I've never actually played it. But it looks good. I haven't heard anything of anybody whether it is any good or not. But yeah, and Tunic, which is like quite a popular indie title. If you're into like kind of like Link's Awakening type Zelda games, you play as a fox. He has a sword. It's kind of Zelda-ish. Also, like I've heard some people compare it to Soulsborne games, but I don't really see the comparison. It's like 2.5D isometric sort of view, like a bit like Hades or whatever. But yeah, it's I have played this game before, like for about an hour or so. Once it was on Game Pass, and I started playing it, and I remember it being pretty cool. So I think I will go back to that. But yeah, those are your new monthly games. They come out on May the 7th. So yeah, FC 24. I mean, that's a big one, really. That's quite early for. I would have thought they'd put that up like, I don't know, a month or two before the new one would come out. But I don't think like FC 25 won't come out until like October, November time, I imagine. But yeah, FC 24, Destiny 2, Ghost Runner 2, and Tunic. It's quite solid. It's quite solid. I'm gonna download FC 24. I don't play FIFA or anything like that, really, to be honest. I know one of my mates at work, he's well into it, so I might fucking play him. And I know a few of my friends at Leeds are bang into it, so I think I'll fucking download it. Nice one. I might go back to Tunic as well, and I might see what the crack is about Ghost Runner 2. Yeah. But yeah, that's it really. Yeah, nothing much else really that I've been playing on, to be honest. I got a couple of I've started 2 new games though. Which you'll hear more about in the coming weeks. Since I've finished Resident Evil Code Veronica Rex very recently. Dog shit game. And what else did I finish? Oh yeah, I did Final Fantasy VII Remake like literally the week before as well, didn't I? So I've started 2 new games. I've just started Mario Galaxy on the Nintendo Wii as part of my backlog, which is very, very fun indeed. I'm really, really enjoying it. I've probably played about 5 hours of it so far on the Wii, and bloody hell, where's this game been all my life? Like, it's stunning. It's great. Why didn't I play this when I had a Nintendo Wii when I was like still a little boy? I don't know. Like I just didn't play it. Mad. But it's a stunning game, and like it's becoming one of my favorite Mario games so far. Just really, really enjoying it. Yeah, I can't really comment Is that like for me? My favorite Super Mario game is Odyssey. I can't comment whether it's as good as that or not yet, but I'm really enjoying it so far. It's great, and I've just started Lost Odyssey, which is a video game that was recommended to me a couple of years ago, actually, from a good friend of mine who used to stream on Twitch. He was streaming around about the same time I was, like, I guess full time during the pandemic. Um, like he was called Argonaut, and he recommended me this game, Lost Odyssey. It's an Xbox 360 exclusive. It's like literally £4 you can get from CEX. And it was made by developers called Mistwalker, and it's one of the greatest games that's ever been invented, apparently, according to my good friend Argonaut. It's a free disc game. I'm playing it at the moment on my Xbox One, and yeah, it works, backwards compatible and all that. And it's stunning, man. This is a game from, like, I believe it's 2007. You can hear my keyboard, can't you? When was it? No. Yeah, no, 2007. Yes. Yeah, 2007 in Japan, that is. But yeah, this game is pretty stunning so far. Like, for a game of that time. Like, the cutscenes and everything, the gameplay looks really, really nice. It's really, really cool. Like, JRPG, very sort of unique art style, very futuristic looking, but also, like, kind of ancient, if you know what I mean. Like you know how Star Wars kind of looks like some parts of it look ancient but futuristic at the same time, kind of like that. But it's an RPG type game. Really nice graphics. An interesting story so far. But that's going to be a long game. That one, that's going to be about 40 hours odd. But I'm looking forward to, like, getting really, really into it. So yeah, Lost Odyssey. I will be talking more about that in the coming weeks. Yeah, and yeah, that's it for gaming. Really, let's face it, we're still waiting for more news on Nintendo's next console. Really, there's no new direct or anything. There's no new PlayStation Showcase been announced. And, like, the only real sort of build up for Nintendo release really is the remake, the part of Paper Mario: A Thousand Year Door coming to the Switch in May, I believe, and an old GameCube game coming to it. That's it, literally it. You know, there's no new Zelda game. There's no new Mario game. There's no new Star Fox game. There's no new nothing. So we should be expecting, hopefully, at some point this year, some news about the Nintendo Switch. It could be still be a Switch. It could not be. Who knows? Nintendo's new console will be out either later this year or early next year. That's what some people are speculating. But yeah, it's a bit slim at the moment on gaming news. Nothing new coming out at the moment. But yeah, anyways, I've got questions now. We're going to end today with questions. I've got actual questions, lots of them as well. So let's start with the first question that's come from Instagram. By the way, if you listen to this and you're enjoying it and you want to put questions in, do feel free to go to the description of this podcast, and you will find a link tree which will go to the Discord, the Instagram, which is where you can post your questions. So on the Discord, I'll put an alert in the Discord and ask for questions as I'm about to record, and same with Instagram as well. I'll usually post a story there, put a question box in, and if you want to put yours in, you can do that. So let's start with one from Jake Carr Smith, who is, of course, a previous guest of the podcast. I'd like to have him on soon. Let's see, where is it at? Got it here. I'm also unprepared this week. I mean, I'm unprepared every week, like, but you know, for fuck's sake, I can't even work technology now. Here we go. Right, he's asking, what is the Mount Rushmore of big riffers? So he basically wants me to list 4 of my favourite riffers, basically. who are the 4 guitar players who can put together some of the most amazing riffs. I mean, obviously, number 1, Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath, of course. He is the riff maestro. I know you said myth maestro there. The riff maestro. Like, the dude who pretty much invented heavy metal. One of the greatest guitarists ever. Tony Iommi is amazing. He's written, like, so many of my favourite riffs of all time. Like, if I gave you a top 5 favourite riff list, all 5 lists would be taken up by Black Sabbath, probably. But yeah, Tony Iommi is definitely in there. Of course he is. James Hetfield of Metallica, of course. Some of the greatest riffs ever written by that dude. You know, even like some of his. Even if like you go to like a Metallica album, like Saint Anger, like 72 Seasons, I guess, or Heart Wise, like some Metallica albums that I'm not all that keen on, there will be a point where you'll go, that's a fucking mint riff. Like, Frantic's got a mint riff from Saint Anger. That's a fucking class riff. And even like the beginning of the title track, Saint Anger, like, Saint Anger is not really a good song, but that riff when it kicks in, fucking mint. Let's see. I kind of want to go old school with this one. And I'm going to go with Richie Blackmore. I'm going to go with Richie Blackmore from Deep Purple and Rainbow Theme. Yeah, he has come up with some amazing riffs. Absolutely amazing riffs. And that's just including Smoke on the Water. You know, the riff everyone wants to learn when they grow up. And yeah, Richie Blackmore, you know, Maybe I'm a Leo, Stargazer, fucking Stormbringer, Burn, all the Deep Purple and Rainbow classics, freaking Gates of Babylon. Those riffs are just fucking incredible. Like for me, Richie Blackmore is just such a technician. There's no one who sounds like Richie Blackmore. No one. I've never heard a guitar player that sounds like him. His riffs are amazing. Like, they're very, you know, they're not full of gain. They're not cranked up or anything like that. But they are fucking rocking. They are rocking, man. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And I think I'm going to have to go with Dimebag Darrell of Pantera. Like, you know, say what you want about Pantera. The riffs are fucking unbelievable. Yeah, so Dimebag Darrell. I mean, in my early years of you know, learning to play guitar and all that, he was a big influence on me, and like I spent a lot of time like learning those riffs as well. Like when I started playing guitar, like all the stuff from like from Vulgar Display of Power and the like Cowboys from Hell and all that sort of stuff. Like, he has got fucking riffs for days. He had riffs up until his dying day. So yeah, those yeah, he's got to be in there really for me. So yeah, Tony Iommi, James Hetfield, Richie Blackmore, and Dimebag Darrell. Yeah, there you go. That's my Mount Rushmore of big riffers. They are some big riffers. And yeah, that's Instagram. I've got a WhatsApp message from Haley, because I tend to like message her and be like, "Have you got any questions for the podcast?" It's because she likes to put them in. And she's just cut with this one. Would you rather be surrounded by annoying people for the rest of your life, or never be able to talk to anyone again? Rather be surrounded by annoying people for the rest of your life, or never be able to talk to anyone again. I think I'd go for the latter. I think I'd go for never be able to talk to anyone again. Because I can't stand being surrounded by annoying people for more than fucking 10 minutes. So if that was for the rest of my life, I'd be fucking really fucking miserable. And I'd want to be on my own forever. And not being able to talk to anyone again, does that mean losing my speech, or do I lose the ability to send texts or messages or anything like that? Morse code? I don't know. At least I won't be surrounded by annoying people. I mean, people might not be able to talk to me, or I might not be able to talk to people. Well, at least it won't be annoying. I don't know. Quite a deep one, really. But yeah, I'd rather not be surrounded by annoying people. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's that text one from Haley. And I've got a few Discord questions from, of course, our very good friend, Six Health of Fury, who is always with us pretty much every week with some questions. Shout out Six Health of Fury, who is a streamer. And yeah, why was so unorganized? Right. Okay. His first question. He's got three. He always has three. Do you believe in supernatural, such as ghosts and such? Tell us a story to why you do or don't believe in it. I kind of don't believe in it, but I'm not saying that I do believe in it either. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I've been to like a what's it called? So Haley volunteers at this museum right in Richmond, and every sort of like, I think it's like every 2 or 3 months, like there's like a group who come in and they'll have people join them on like a ghost hunting type thing in this old museum, and like, you know, they'll have all the power off and everything, and they have like some sensory toys and all that, and like torches and stuff like that, like flashing objects that they think can be reactant to you know, ghosts or whatever spirits, like interacting with them. And like they're you know, they're very passionate about what they do. I generally think they believe in it. I don't think they're, you know, trying to take people's money or something. But like generally, like I joined in once, and I didn't really get any sort of senses or feelings or anything like that. Some people did, but I couldn't really sense anything, I guess. Weird. I don't know. And I wouldn't, like, if someone started saying, "Oh yeah, I'm getting like a sense, I'm getting like a feeling," I'm not gonna turn around and say to them, "That's fucking bullshit. Oh, that's real." You know, there might be. Who fucking knows? But for me, I'm one of those who's like, I'll believe it when I see it type thing. I don't know. I don't particularly believe in it. I know that they had like some like sensory sort of like dolls and toys and all that flashed up and all that, and like, you know, they'd put it in the middle of a room, and like something would like, in case like a spirit fucked with it or whatever. That sounds so wrong. The spirit fucked the doll. No. No, that's not what I meant. You know, spirit fucked with the lights. I'm getting fucking, you know, flashbacks from the scary movie, like, you know, when she has sex with a ghost. That's funny, that bit. Oh god, I'm just reminded. I put that image in my head now since I said the spirit's fucked with the doll. That's gonna be the title of the podcast episode. It's got to be. I find that funny. I think it was funny. But yeah, I don't particularly believe in it, to be honest. As I was saying, yeah, I mean, there was lights going off and all that sort of stuff, but part of me thinks, is the equipment faulty? And I don't believe that, you know, that they turn around and say, "Oh, it's because of faulty equipment, and, you know, people will pay up and they'll believe in us." I don't believe they would do that. But yeah, like afterwards, I was just like, still not bothered about it. I haven't been in one since. So yeah, that's where I stand with it. What about you lot? Do you all believe in ghosts and supernatural? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, that'll be cool. The second question from Six Alpha Fury. What is your favourite card game? Could be traditional title like poker or something more nerdy, such as Magic the Gathering. Don't really play card games all that often, to be honest. I think Uno's quite good. Quite like Uno. You know what? Actually, yeah, I know what my favourite card game is. Ring of Fire. That is my favourite card game. If you're on a group of people in a house party, you're all drinking, that game's gonna get you fucked up. It's fun. It's fun. You know, each card, you know, and this is going off cards, you know, your traditional 52 deck, you know, spades, like deck of cards, your traditional deck of cards. And it all goes off that. Each number has its own rule, and you have to obey that rule, or if you don't, you have to drink. And there's like a pint glass like in the middle, and like there's a rule where you have to pour a bit of your drink into it, and by the end, like if you break the circle of cards that go around this pint, you have to drink whatever is in that. Like I've seen some horrific shit before. The last one I went to, like there was bits of like mustard in it and shit like that. It was like, how the fuck it got to that, I can't remember because I was rat-assed. But like this dude was fucking being sick everywhere. It wasn't great. So yeah, Ring of Fire, that's my favorite. I mean, I would like to get into like nerdy shit like Magic the Gathering, but I just don't really have the time to. I got into collecting Pokemon cards again, but like I literally bought like 2 packs and I haven't done it ever since. I wouldn't mind like collecting like the original 151, but yeah, I've never really been into the quote unquote nerdy stuff, I guess. I used to collect Yu-Gi-Oh! Years ago. I used to collect Pokemon cards like years and years ago, but like trying to get back into them, I didn't really do anything. Magnets, how do they work? That is yeah, sorry, that's Six Alpha Fury's last question. Magnets, how do they work? I'll tell you how they work by typing in Google how do magnets work, because I do not know the answer. All magnets have north and south poles. Opposite poles are attracted to each other, while the same poles repel each other. When you rub a piece of iron amongst a magnet, the north-seeking pole of the atoms in the iron line up in the same direction. The force generated by the aligned atoms creates a magnetic field. Not my words, Six Health, the words of the National Geographic Society. I believe. Yeah, there's I'll probably forget that. There you go. That's how it works. Apparently, that's the first thing that pops up. North and South poles and shit. Yeah, that is it. That is it for this week's episode. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and you know, stay hydrated. Hopefully, we'll have more sun and go out there and kick some ass. I'll be back next week. Who knows what will happen between now and next week? We'll see. I don't know what new music's going to be coming out, or what is there any new movies coming out, or is there any new fucking poo? No poo. I don't know why I said poo. Oh, I tell you what, actually, I forgot to mention, I've just started watching Fallout, and I think I'll finish Fallout by the time it comes to next week, because I'm fucking liking it. Anyways, yeah, I'll talk about that next week, and the new Full of Hell album, and maybe some more music will be out by then. Who knows? Yeah, take care. Thanks very much for listening. As per usual, I have been Master Dan. Thanks for listening to the fucking podcast. I'll see you next week. See you later, everyone. Bye. Love you.